This is the Buckeye Patrons Pulse podcast, and I am Margaret Ann Rule, Legislative Director of the Ohio State Grange.
And I'm Sue Roy, President of the Ohio State Grange.
And we are wanting to talk about the Aluminum Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought there was more to the name than that.
No. Well, there probably is, but that's what we're saying today. Yeah.
So anyhow, first of all, it is in a section of the federal code, section 232. So what is section 232?
Well, it is, section 232 is about tariffs or other restrictions that may be imposed by the president on imports, which Commerce, and this is really, I think, strange, determines threaten national security.
Oh my.
Yeah. And Commerce concluded that a portion or a certain steel and aluminum products impaired the national security of the United States. So the President Trump at the time opposed a 25% and a 10% tariff on steel and aluminum imports. And so that's basically part of it's steel and aluminum. It's 232. So.
Okay. And what does that mean for Ohio?
Well, aluminum industry is a real lucrative sector for Ohio. It employs 60,000 residents and pays more than $84.3 billion in wages.
Wow.
And it is, behind agriculture, is the largest industry. And, there's a big economic impact of aluminum. So we wanted to join the Aluminum Coalition in tandem with the beverage industry, who's helping fight this too.
Right.
So.
Well, yes, all our pop and beer and stuff comes in aluminum cans.
Yeah.
So what does it mean for our farmers, though?
Well, our close relationship with farmers across the state has offered an insight into high aluminum prices as detrimental impact on the agricultural sector. Farmers looking to repair or replace equipment cannot afford inflated prices or must wait for spare parts, and these delays limit harvest yields and threaten farmers' bottom lines. As a result, consumers are left to pay increasingly more everyday produce, because if we say the price of aluminum per ton went from $1,600 to $2,500 in a really short amount of time. So it's hard for farmers to get parts for their combine or any of that stuff.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, it's hard to get parts for our cars too.
Yeah.
So why do we want Section 232 relaxed?
Well, current tariffs have outpriced low-carbon aluminum, and it's forcing American businesses to depend on cheap Chinese aluminum forged in coal-burning smelters. And by eliminating Section 232 or ensuring we do not cut tariffs on high-carbon aluminum, policymakers can encourage low-carbon aluminum and implement smarter green initiatives. And what that means, too, is in our country, we are cutting back on coal mining and using coal. While the other countries, they can have all this cheap labor and using coal burning, and they don't really care about the environment.
I see.
And there is something in the aluminum, this cheap aluminum that is smelted, that when it's used here, some of it can't be recycled.
Oh my. And we probably can't tell the difference.
Oh, no, we can't. So.
Wow. So how are we trying to stop this?
Well, there are two senators, Pat Toomey and Senator Mark Warner. Pat Toomey is a Republican, and Mark Warner is a Democrat in Virginia, and they're trying to repeal the tariffs, and they want to promote environmental policy. And they would eliminate Section 232 and rein in detrimental tariffs that burden the consumers. So the Toomey Warner bill has already received widespread endorsements from business, and like us. And then we've got the CEO from the beverage industry noted that the Section 232 has increased the price of fundamental raw good, and repealing this tariff promised much needed relief for businesses and consumers.
So we should be contacting our legislators,
Yes.
our congressmen, sorry, that we are in favor of the Toomey
Yeah.
Warner bill,
Yeah.
and they should be looking at it and passing it.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, because if you notice the price of all the aluminum, like your drinks, it isn't actually the drink inside. Well, part of it is, but a part of it is the aluminum that it's in. So you'll notice too, things in glass or plastic bottles are a little bit less too. So.
Okay. Very good. Well, that's what we have for our podcast today.
Yep. Yep.
Do you have a something to end us with? A closing thought?
Yes. While in faith and in hope this world may disagree, all mankind is concerned with charity.
Amen.
Yeah.
So this is Margaret Ann Rule with the Legislative Director of the Ohio State Grange.
And this is Sue Roy, President of the Ohio State Grange. See you later.
Bye.